This is Charlie from Fightfast. We got 3 self-defense moves. Let's get right into it.
Okay, now that everybody's back on their feet and nobody's dead, I'll recreate that scene you just saw. It was based upon a real scene that's happened in my life. The truth was I was actually on a dance floor dancing with a young lady, and her ex-boyfriend was creating problems behind me. When we were talking, he started trying to cause problems. Because it was a dance floor, I kind of ignored it as a real crowded dance floor, tried to move 2 or 3 times. Then I got caught. When I tried to brace myself, he came around and hit me with a beer bottle. Boom. As I went to spin and turn, he stabbed me in my shoulder. So my first move is to slide out underneath their feet, and this is one of Jim West's absolute favorite techniques, is to get people with their forearm backing up, weight on their heels, and chin up in the air. From this position, I like to just walk straight into them and nail them with an elbow. This has ended many a fight. The secret to this is to get the guys back on their heels going backwards and then pursue them real heavy. When I was pulled from behind, don't know if he was an innocent bystander, got into a trip position, another elbow, down he goes. As I thought it was over about this time, I got hit. On my way down, we looped him into a front headlock, and he was so big and heavy as we hit the floor, we fell into, protect myself with the knee, but straight into a DDT with a choke. And this is where the fight ended.
Now, for whatever reason, we've gone to the ground, and I'm on my back, and he ends up in my guard. By the way, this is a strong position for us, because I can still control things this way. But he's choking me. First thing I have to do is I have to stop that choke situation. So I come up, put my arms across his arms, and I break him down. You see, that brings him into me as well. Now, I'm going to hold on to his arms, because I'm going to need that in just a second. Next thing I'm going to do, if you can see this foot here, I start kicking him to the side of his leg to try to get him over to that side because of the pain. Once I see him moving over, at the same time, I turn my body to the side. I take my leg up and over his head, and I want his finger, his small finger pointing down. Okay, I have to control that. I take my legs and forcefully force him to the ground. Now I just take my body, raise up, and do the arm break. Snap the arm. He's mounted me, but he's in my guard. Okay, he's choking me. I break the choke, hit him to the side. I'm banging on him because I want him to move a little bit, because I have to be able to throw that leg up and over. So I'm hitting him there. Next thing I do is I take him and I put my leg up and over, forcefully use my legs to bring him down, no matter how big he is. Finger is pointing towards my belly. I raise my body and I break his arm. Now from this, with the broken arm, I can kick him to the face. I can do other things, but I'm going to take that arm out. It's not a lock situation like you see in the ground fighting shows and things like that. I'm going to wrench it, I'm not going to break it.
Hey guys, I'm jumping in here real fast. I want to give you some free videos. Go check out the description. We got a link to our free Fight Enders video. It's totally free. In that video, you'll get trained by martial artists, Green Berets, Black Ops, a whole bunch of specialists in the military and martial artists. The video is totally free. The link's in the description. Go check it out. Back to the video.
Ground fighting. Again, the idea behind this tape is that we are in positions that we don't want to be in. And trust me, if you're in a real street fight, ground fighting is the last place you want to be. If you're in law enforcement or military, you cannot protect your sidearm. The assailant's going for your sidearm while you're trying to do some choke. If you are in a bar and you're on the ground, his buddies are giving you a shoe job in the head while you're wrestling around looking for arm locks. If you're out in the street rolling around in cement, you're loaded with road rash. If you're in the streets of New York rolling around on syringes, oh, that's always fun. So the ground is the last place you want to be. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to bring 2 of my guys in. We're not biting. We're only going to do the ground game. Again, I'm going to instruct James to try to come to his feet, and you're going to see just how long it takes, just how difficult it is. And imagine, from your vantage point, if it wasn't just James here fighting one person, Eric. Imagine if James was fighting Eric and 3 of Eric's friends, and 3 of his friends are kicking him in the head at the same time, and they're rolling around in the cement. It's the worst place to be in a fight, in reality. Okay? So let's see just how long it does take to get to your feet, if that's your goal. And in a street fight, it should be. Okay, guys, come on out. Okay, James, take bottom. Okay, and begin. Okay, James is trying to come to his feet right now. I could be Eric's buddy kicking James. We could have 3 buddies kicking James. When you implement pure jiu-jitsu and trying to come to your feet, it is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Imagine if I were James's enemy at this point. This would be quite easy. And break. Good, guys. You can exit that way. That was just 45 seconds. That was long enough for me and any of Eric's friends to boot James in the head 35 times with cowboy boots. That was long enough for us to just gangbang him. That was long enough for Eric to grab James's weapon if he was a police officer. So again, we need to have a way to get off the ground and come to our feet in a real fight. Stay with me. Very common cross-side is that this arm is over. Let's get you over the neck first, Tim. And this is how many people start off, and then we'll take you from the other position. So what this position does is this enables the person from the top to attack this hand. And this hand can be a figure 4 or the straight arm bar. So what I want to do with this hand is I want to put this hand under the armpit. Okay? This elbow, I want to be controlling the hip. So I've got control here. The second he puts that elbow over, the bite is already there. I just grasp the hand here and I begin the bite. Okay? So that is our very first bite. So let me just have you back off a little, Tim. Now from there, kind of just jump on me, aggressive position from there, and I'll show you exactly where it would be. When I start the bite, I want you to get me off you no matter what. Okay, ready? Go. And that's the space I need to come to my feet. Okay? So again, Tim, slowly please. You cannot imagine the reaction you get when you're tearing into somebody's flesh. Okay? The better jiu-jitsu person or Greco-Roman or whatever wrestling style he is, the better grappler he is, the heavier and the tighter he's going to be. I want to eliminate that. I want to negate that tightness by biting. His visceral response is to come up. When I bite, he comes up to give me space, and then I can kick off and come to my feet. Okay? So one more time, please, Tim. As soon as I see this, I latch on. Now again, if I do not grab my own hand, if I just bite here, okay, he's just going to bring his arm around, push off, and be able to do what he wants. So the bite has to be uninterrupted. Okay? Let me give you an example of an incorrect bite. Come into my guard, please. Let's say we're fighting, whatever, and I just arbitrarily decide to bite Tim. Because after all, most people say anyone can bite. So let's just say I just bite him. Well, if I just bite him in a spot that's not uninterrupted, he's just going to pull his arm away and start punching me, and then he'll be cued in, oh, we're biting. So let's just say I bite. Yeah, he's just going to pull his arm away. Okay, so you pull that arm that's bitten away, and just the fight begins. But on the other hand, if we're in the same position, then I bite here, pull away. And then I kick him off, and then I come to my feet. So the idea of the bite is that you're always grabbing your own hand. When you're grabbing your own hand and biting and tearing, then you feel him giving space, and then at that right timing, you take advantage of that space and push off. So our very first bite we're working is cross side, elbow over, This hand under the armpit, this elbow on the hip controlling, grabbing your own arm, turning and biting. This knee should be up to prevent him from mounting you, but mostly when he's being bitten, he's just going to try to get up. This is your bite. Okay?
Thanks for watching our video lessons here at TRS Direct. Hit the like button down below and consider subscribing to our channel here on YouTube. Hit the bell icon and we'll send you a notification when there's a new lesson available. Thanks again for watching.